Hi and welcome to Rosslyn Hill Unitarian Children's Chapel of Rosslyn Hill, Hampstead. I'd like to begin this week's session by lighting the chalice candle. We are the chapel of the open mind, the loving hearts and the helping hands. If you have a candle, now's a lovely time to light it with your family and take some time to pause and reflect. My joy this week is obviously starting the day with this beautiful sunshine and talking about the sunshine this week with you all. So press the pause to reflect button and take some time with your family now to share your joys and concerns. So, gosh, the swifts and the birds are really loud this morning. It's beautiful. So this week is all about gratitude and compassion. How does being thankful help us feel more towards ourselves and to others? The more we're thankful for, perhaps, the more we find things to be thankful for, then greater the amount of things we find to be thankful for. We could spend all day being thankful for all the things we have, I'm sure, no matter how small. And I'm really happy for the sunshine. I just like to keep it very simple this week. We'll be celebrating the summer solstice on Sunday, today, if you're watching on the Sunday, and it's the lightest day. So it's the day where we have the light for as long as possible in the year, and it's really a turning point towards the Christmas season and the days shortening. So it really is the height of this season. And Jensen actually drew a beautiful picture of why it's the solstice, and I'm sure lots of you know that the sun is in the centre of our solar system. It's called the solar system because it's the sun, and the earth goes around the sun, and one cycle is a year, and as it also spins around as it goes around, and that makes our night and day. So this Sunday we will be the closest to the sun for the longest amount of time during the day, and I hope Jensen's lovely picture helps you remember that we're going around the sun as well as spinning all the time very gently. And in England there's a place called Stonehenge, which was built about, well, almost 5,000 years ago, and people brought some very special stones to a very special place and arranged them in a very special way. And on the summer solstice, as the sun rises in the morning of the Sunday, or whichever day it is on the solstice day, Sunday 21st of June this year, it's always 21st of June but not always Sunday, that's what I'm trying to say. The sun rises right through the centre stone, and so that's why we think that it was built to celebrate that length of light that we have. And people usually go there to celebrate the solstice all together and have perform rituals and celebrations. And obviously this year we can't all do that, so I think they're streaming some online, or will do very early in the morning on Sunday, so I'm not sure what time you're watching this, but do look up Stonehenge in Wiltshire if you don't know about it already. It's very special, and we could talk about it again at Christmas on the time where we have the least amount of light. But today the light is here. We have a lot to be thankful for, and I'm very grateful for the light. And I'd encourage you to have a think about what you're grateful for, and I'm sure you already do, and that you've talked about it in your joys and concerns. Maybe you could draw a picture of the things that you're grateful for, and draw a picture of the sun That would be amazing if you all drew a picture of the sun or painted a picture of the sun. And do take a photo and send it to me. I'd love to make a wall of glory of all your wonderful creations that you do, and share them so that you can all see each other's work. So have a think what you're grateful for, and perhaps draw or paint a picture of it. And I hope Jensen's one inspires you to do that. So for today, I'd like to share a story, and it's in the tradition from a retelling of a Cherokee, a Native American Indian story, and it's really beautiful. It's got lots of different animals in, and it's called Grandmother Spider Brings the Light. When the earth was first made, it was very dark, and all the animals were afraid. And one day Bear said, "I have seen light on the other side of the world, but the people will not share it. Perhaps we could go and steal some for ourselves." The others thought it was a splendid idea. I'm not sure about stealing it, but maybe taking a bit for themselves. And all the animals started to discuss who should go first. "I'll go," said Fox. And Fox went and stole a piece of light in his mouth. But it was so hot that he burned the inside of his mouth, and he dropped it. And the fox still has a black mouth to this day. Possum tried next, and he wrapped up the light in his tail, and he tried to drag it back, but it was too hot, and he dropped it as well. And that is why the possum has no tail. The crow said, "Let me try." And he went off to steal the light, but when he got close, it singed all of his feathers, and they turned black. You know how things go black in the fire? It singed all his feathers, poor thing, and he was so afraid that he ran away. Well, finally, Grandmother Spider said, "I will go." And when she reached the light, she was surprised too how hot it was. She thought of a plan. She thought, "I will spin and spin a web and wrap it up." And soon she had enough for a bag, so she spun her web and made it into a bag and carried the light. And quick as a flash, she tucked the light into her bag, carried it back, and when she got back, the animals were triumphant. They were so happy. "Hooray for Grandmother Spider," they all shouted. Grandmother Spider was happy to give them the light. She was so pleased that she'd helped them. We should hang the light in the sky so all can be warmed by it. So even though she stole a little bit of it, I think that's quite nice, isn't it? Grandmother Spider then decided, actually, if it was just hung somewhere, everyone could enjoy it. But how to get it up in the sky? "I will go," said Vulture. He took the bag of light and put it on his head. Oh, can you imagine? It was so hot, but he could not stand it. He flew higher and higher, and the bag got hotter and hotter as he got higher and higher. And he climbed so high that his feathers turned black, just like the crow's. Still higher he went, and the feathers right on the top of his head burnt, and then it turned red. And at the last possible second, he threw the light into the sky because he just couldn't bear it anymore. First his feathers had come off, then his head had turned red, so he just took it and he threw it up into the sky, and the sun just hung there, beautiful, warming all the land. So that's just wonderful. I feel hotter just saying this story. Isn't it beautiful? So all the animals tried one by one to go and get the light. Can you imagine that? Going halfway across the world, and then trying to carry back a very hot thing, and then not knowing what to do with it. But they did all work together, just like we talked about last week with the ants and the grasshopper. And Vulture did try his best, didn't he? And you know, sometimes when we're just ourselves and just do what we need to, magic happens. So he just threw it up into the sky, and there it is for us. I just think that's a lovely story. I hope it inspires lots of drawing and painting. So the last exercise I would like to do with you today is gratitude yoga. and you can take different positions in the form of different plants or animals or things to inspire gratitude and thanks. So you can say a prayer as you perform certain poses or asanas. And usually before you start yoga, you could close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Listen to the sounds around you. I've got so many beautiful morning birds singing. I feel like I have a lot to be thankful for. And there are 4 different poses we can do together. So here they are. The first one is of course the sun pose. So I don't know if you've ever done yoga before, and I'm not sure I've got my camera in position. Hopefully this is going to work. So you stand up and you say thank you for the sun and the new day and all its choices and challenges. And it says inhale, lift your arms out wide, and exhale with your hands to your heart 5 times. So you can breathe like this. Say thank you for the sun. Reach up, even look up as well. Thank you for the sun. It's a nice one. What other ones have we got? The second one we can do is a flower pose. So you've got to sit back down for this one. And I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can, but just put your feet together. You can't really see there, but I've got my feet together with the soles of my feet pressed in. And you know what? I think I might just move the mat a little bit further back so you can see. Let's see. Is that better? A bit further. We'll end up far away from each other. There we go. How's that? Is that a bit better? You can kind of see. Now I can't see the screen to see the words I've got. Hold on. So, thank you for its bright colour. Thank you for the bright colour of the flowers, the graceful blossom, oh, some geese flying over, and the sweet breath and the scent of the flower making you smile. So you sit with a tall spine, so nice and straight your back, and you balance on sitting, and you put your arms around your feet, and you imagine that your legs are like the flowers, the blossom opening. Beautiful. You might like to imagine a flower in front of you if you can't see one, and just imagine its lovely smell and be so grateful for it. And then we're back up on our feet again, and this one is to be grateful for the trees. I think you can see one of the apple trees behind me, and it says grateful for the cool shade on a hot day. I'm sure Vulture would have liked that. The sound of the leaves in the breeze, the roots to hold the earth in place. You stand on one leg, bend the other knee, and place the sole of the foot on the inner thigh or calf with your hands pressed together. So you want to feel like your feet are rooted into the ground, like you've got roots coming out of them. And you can choose which leg you start to balance on first. Bring your other foot there. Bring your arms out. Oh, wow. Are you feeling like a tree yet? You can reach up first. Bring your hands together in front of you. And if it's a bit too tricky to balance like that, you can always just put your foot around your ankle as well. So just keep it there. Hopefully you can see that. I'm grateful for the tree and the cool shade. Lovely. And the last one is a bit like curling up like a very tiny seed, and it says it's called the rock or the stone. And thank you for your patience and silence in a world full of speed and noise and change. And the child's pose, you sit back on your heels and you slowly bring your forehead onto your knees and your arms rest alongside you. So have a try. So let's see. I like to face the sun actually while I do the yoga. Apparently you're supposed to do that as well, but to do the child's pose, so you can lift your hands up, go all the way down. You can either rest your hands on your head on your hands or behind you, and you just curl up like a little ball. Thank you for your silence. Well, that is so beautiful, I think. I would like to hold the poses longer with you, so if you get time with your parent or carer, perhaps just hold those poses. Maybe try to count how many breaths you have, so 4 or 5 breaths for each pose. So you've got the sun, where you're standing up and you're taking in a nice big deep breath like this, and you've got the flower where you put your legs together, the tree which you can see behind me, I love that one so much, and the child's pose at the end where you curl up really tight into a little ball. And at the end of them, after you've held them for a little bit each pose, and you've said your gratitude prayers, you might like to just lie back on the ground with your eyes open or closed and take a few deep breaths and just feel the weight of your body as you lie flat against the earth, with the earth there holding you, and the sky or the ceiling, whatever you want to imagine beautiful above you, and lots of thanks and peace. Wow, there we go. And when we get back to chapel, perhaps we'll have a bit more time and we can do it all together. That would be so, so nice. So here are the closing words for today. As we leave this friendly place, love give light to every face. May the kindness which we learn light our hearts until we return. There we go. I can't really see the smoke, see the flame in this light, can you? But you can see the smoke as I blow it out. It's light upon light, that, I think. Really is the solstice, the brightest it will be. So I hope you enjoyed that session, learning all about the summer solstice and gratitude that helps our compassion grow. See you next week. Bye.